Eminem and 50 Cent share a bond that runs deeper than music. These two have stood side by side through industry storms, public controversies, and high-profile confrontations. No matter the setting, award shows, interviews, or heated rap beefs, when one is targeted, the other is quick to step in with full force. Their connection extends beyond collaborations.
There's nobody in control of me. Like, I do what I want to do. So I'm deciding to your life up.
Rooted in mutual loyalty and an unshakable alliance. Over the years, they've faced down rivalries with both longtime adversaries like Ja Rule and former allies turned opponents such as The Game. Both have shown time and again they refuse to turn the other cheek. In their world, a public insult is met with a direct, calculated response. One of their more recent moments came in August 2023 when Eminem joined forces with Ez Mil for the fiery track Realist. While it was Ez Mil's breakout spotlight, Eminem dominated headlines with a razor-sharp verse that sparked weeks of discussion. In it, he delivered unapologetic lines. All the envious rappers I torch if I'm on a joint with them, and their only retort is, I'm not played in the club, mother fear, put a cork in it. The only reason they still play your tracks is because you're still performing it. These words were a clear jab at The Game, who had previously claimed Eminem's music lacked club appeal. The Game had laid his own criticisms bare in a 10-minute diss track titled The Black Slim Shady. But this feud didn't originate with Eminem. It traces back years earlier to his close connection with 50 Cent. Long before the tension, The Game was an ambitious newcomer, catching Dr. Dre's attention with undeniable raw talent and energy. Recognizing this potential, Dre decided to bring him into the fold, setting the stage for everything that followed.
Like I'm trying to hinder his career. About your career. You think I actually think about you? You know how many rappers that are better than you? You're not even in the conversation.
Dr. Dre placed The Game directly into G-Unit, 50 Cent's powerhouse collective. The idea was clear: use 50's momentum to supercharge The Game's career. On paper, it was a masterstroke, but behind closed doors, not everyone embraced the move. Some viewed it as a strategic push to catapult The Game into stardom, while others believed it was Dre capitalizing on 50's peak influence. Regardless of the motives, The Game suddenly stood alongside two industry giants, 50 Cent and Eminem. That cosign instantly boosted his credibility, and when his debut album, The Documentary, dropped, it became a cultural moment. Critics praised the project, fans flooded in, and the album soared up the charts. Tracks like How We Do and Hate It or Love It dominated airwaves, showcasing The Game's gritty bars and raw West Coast storytelling. He wasn't just another feature, he was a force. But with success came pressure. As the documentary gained momentum, the relationship between 50 and The Game began to fracture. The first real crack appeared during the Hate It or Love It video shoot, where reports claimed 50 refused to sit beside The Game in the car scene. It might have seemed small, but in rap culture, even minor moves can send big messages.
This about Suge. He liked the cigar and he trying to see what you gonna do. So Eminem, 50, everybody outside. This is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, I don't give a man. This is when I knew, I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real 50 outside.
Whispers began. Was G-Unit already splintering? While the video turned out smooth and received massive praise, the tension was undeniable. Then came the breaking point. In a fiery live radio interview, 50 Cent dropped a bombshell. The Game was officially out of G-Unit. No warning, no private discussion, just a public and definitive cut. 50 Cent went public, making sure everyone heard his decision, and The Game wasn't about to let it slide. Not long after, he showed up at the same radio station, and that's when tensions exploded. A physical altercation broke out, and in the chaos, gunfire erupted. The situation escalated from lyrical jabs to real-life danger, sending shockwaves through the hip-hop world. Both camps attempted to downplay the incident, acting as though it wasn't that serious, but the streets knew better. The damage was done. By March 2005, the two made a public attempt to reconcile. Cameras captured 50 and the Game side by side, speaking about ending their feud, but that so-called truce didn't hold for long. Once the Game officially cut ties with G-Unit, the remaining members wasted no time questioning his loyalty and street credibility, implying he was never truly part of the fold. That lit a fire, and the Game responded instantly, heading straight to the studio to record the infamous diss track 300 Bars and Runnin'. It wasn't just a diss, it was a relentless 15-minute lyrical onslaught packed with name drops, direct shots, and cutting insults. The release set off a chain reaction, transforming their personal conflict into a full-scale rap war.
How's your relationship with M now? Do y'all talk much?
No,
Why?
because he looked like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Eminem. He looked like a gay painter.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not rocket science, bro. It's just he looked like a white Basquiat. He just wants to look like a gay painter, and it's not okay.
Fans chose sides, blogs lit up with commentary, and diss tracks flew back and forth like artillery. Then, in 2006, the Game shocked the industry by attempting to end the feud, reaching out to 50 with an offer to bury the hatchet. 50 showed no interest in reconciling, staying silent and offering no response to the Game's peace attempts. By that point, the feud had developed a life of its own. Well over 100 diss tracks had been released, each one keeping tensions alive and fueling the rivalry. Every few months, one of them would drop another shot, reigniting the fire like it was part of their career strategy. In 2010, the Game made another attempt, this time taking it public on Twitter, urging 50 to end the feud for good. Once again, he was met with silence. Still, the Game didn't back down. In 2012, he even launched a petition calling for a full G-Unit reunion, claiming he wanted to restore what had been lost. But the effort went nowhere, with G-Unit making it clear they had no intention of bringing him back. By 2016, when G-Unit reunited for a massive performance at Summer Jam, the Game was nowhere to be seen, left on the sidelines while the crew moved forward without him. That moment cemented the message. There was no path back. Fast forward to 2022, when drama sparked again after 50, Cent spotted a photo of the Game with Lloyd Banks. 50 publicly questioned the motive behind the picture, calling it fake love and hinting that the Game might be trying to stir the pot or gain clout. The Game responded by keeping his cool, publicly claiming the beef was over, with no grudges and no drama from his side. But just as one rivalry seemed to fade, another ignited. The Game dropped his 10-minute diss track, The Black Slim Shady, aiming directly at Eminem with no hesitation. He didn't stop there. He took shots at 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, and even made personal remarks about Eminem's daughter, escalating the conflict to a whole new level.
The Mariah thing, yeah, that's true. Those rumors are true, and I'm not gonna deny them.
So did you date him?
No. Can I just clarify that I did not have a physical relationship with him? I did not have an intimate relationship. I've been with less men than I can, than on one hand. So he's not one of those men.
The track was unrelenting, targeting Eminem's career, personal history, and every facet in between. Some fans celebrated it as a bold, high-level lyrical strike, praising the Game for challenging one of hip-hop's most untouchable figures. Others, however, viewed it as a desperate attempt to grab headlines, suggesting it was more about attention than artistry. Its release triggered a storm within the hip-hop community, splitting fans into opposing camps. Heated debates erupted across Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, and countless forums. The diss undeniably shook the culture, but it left many questioning the Game's true motive. Why launch an attack on Eminem at this stage? The answer, for many observers, lay in the Game's absence from the Super Bowl 56 halftime show. On February 13th, 2022, millions tuned in to see Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar deliver one of the most celebrated halftime performances in history. Yet noticeably missing was The Game, a major West Coast figure who had helped shape the region's modern sound under Dr. Dre's guidance. The omission didn't sit quietly with him. The game took to social media, sharing posts that questioned why he was excluded from such a historic Los Angeles moment. He later addressed the issue directly on the I Am Athlete podcast, admitting the snub stung deeply. He claimed his image was seen as too risky for live television, too raw, too unpredictable, making him an unsafe choice for the NFL stage. In his words, "The real reason I wasn't on the Super Bowl is because I'm not a safe artist." That lingering bitterness, combined with his belief that he'd been sidelined from one of hip-hop's biggest celebrations, likely fueled his decision to unleash the Black Slim Shady. The game believed the industry was sidelining his authenticity, favoring safer, more polished artists over someone as raw and unfiltered as him. In March 2022, he appeared on Drink Champs with NORE and DJ EFN, and that's when things truly ignited. He delivered shots at both Dr. Dre and Eminem in the same conversation, stirring instant controversy. First, he claimed Kanye West had recently done more for his career than Dr. Dre ever had, a statement that immediately drew raised eyebrows. But he didn't stop there. The game shifted his focus to Eminem, going all in and declaring he was the better rapper. He called out Slim Shady directly, saying he would face him in a battle anytime, anywhere, even on Verzoos. This wasn't just casual trash talk, it was a public challenge meant to provoke a response. Social media exploded. Fans debated his comments, with many criticizing him for making such a bold claim. But instead of backtracking, the game doubled down. In an Instagram video posted after the interview, he reiterated his stance, making it clear that, in his mind, he was the superior MC. He even floated the idea of either a direct rap battle or a collaborative track to settle the debate once and for all, urging the world to witness the outcome. This left one looming question. Would this tangled, years-long saga involving 50 Cent and Eminem ever truly end, or was it simply waiting for its next spark? And just when it seemed like the drama couldn't escalate further, another name re-entered the mix: Nick Cannon. Back in the late 2000s, rumors began swirling in the music world about a possible connection between Eminem and pop superstar Mariah Carey. While Carey publicly dismissed the speculation, insisting nothing had happened between them, Eminem wasn't about to let the narrative fade quietly. On his Relapse album, Eminem dropped the explosive track Bagpipes from Baghdad, instantly igniting the internet. In it, he didn't just hint at a past fling with Mariah Carey, he went all in. His lyrics were blunt, leaving zero room for interpretation. He rapped, "Mariah, whatever happened to us? Why did we have to break up?" Then, without hesitation, he turned his sights on Nick Cannon, warning, "Nick Cannon better back the bleep up. I'm not playing, I want her back, you punk." He piled on even further with the cutting line, "Nick, you had your fun. I've come to kick you in your sack of junk." It was a direct, no-holds-barred attack. Nick Cannon wasn't about to let it slide. He clapped back in a Tumblr post back when Tumblr was still a hotspot online that has since been deleted. In it, he wrote, "I don't know why no one has stood up to you yet, but I guess it's going to take a corny, whack rapping boy toy from Nickelodeon to set you straight. Trust I'm gonna be relentless. You're my new full-time job, homie." The feud escalated quickly, and then Mariah Carey jumped into the fray without ever naming Eminem directly. She released her hit single Obsessed, which instantly had fans talking. In the music video, she portrayed a stalker character who bore a suspicious resemblance to Eminem, complete with hoodie, goatee, and mannerisms. It was a calculated, tongue-in-cheek jab that seemed designed to provoke him. Eminem took the bait, keeping the feud alive, while Mariah's visuals became one of the most talked about moments of that year. For a time, the drama cooled down, at least publicly, but in September 2019, the tension flared up again when Nick Cannon appeared on T.I.'s podcast Expeditiously. There, Nick recounted an old story from years earlier. He claimed that he and Eminem were once on a flight from Africa or somewhere overseas when Eminem released a track targeting Mariah. Feeling protective of his wife, Nick decided to reach out directly. He wrote Eminem a long, respectful letter stating that he appreciated him as an artist, but called him out for being disrespectful toward Mariah, a move many saw as calm, direct, and mature. However, Eminem didn't take it that way. To him, it was an open challenge. Soon after, M delivered a scathing verse on Fat Joe's track Lord Above, making sure to reignite the feud. He rapped, "I know me and Mariah didn't end on a high note, but that other dude's whipped. That guy got him neutered. Tried to tell him this chick's a nut job before he got his jewels clipped. Almost got my caboose kicked, fool quit. You're not gonna do anything. I'd let her chop my bleep off too before I lose to you, Nick." The verse hit hard, and Nick Cannon wasn't about to let it slide. He fired back on Instagram with playful jabs, saying Fat Joe's album was star-studded, and joking that Joe even did some charity work and dug Eminem out of his cave. Then he raised the stakes, publicly inviting Eminem to pull up on Wild 'N Out. Nick didn't stop there. He took it to the booth, releasing his own diss track, The Invitation. This time there were no filters and no holding back. He crossed a major line, rapping, "Call Kim, somebody get Haley, and that other kid you're raising that ain't even your baby. My baby mama killed you off a decade ago. You're still crying about it now. Who's really The attack was personal, brutal, and designed to cut deep, dragging family members and old wounds into the spotlight. The internet exploded. Fans were split right down the middle. Some gave Nick props for defending his wife and firing back at one of the most feared lyricists in rap, respecting that he didn't fold even in the face of massive backlash. To them, it was about standing on principle and protecting his family. Others saw it as pure clout chasing, poking at Eminem to grab attention and ride the wave of controversy. Joe fired back with a physical threat, making it crystal clear this was no longer just a difference of opinion, it was war. Then 50 Cent, never one to sit on the sidelines, jumped into the mix. He posted a savage photo of Joe Budden on Instagram with a slick caption, hinting that a beating might be in Joe's future. With 50 now riding alongside Eminem in the feud, things turned even uglier. Later in 2018, Eminem sat down with Sway for an exclusive interview that had fans glued to their screens. They covered Revival, the surprise drop of Kamikaze, and all the simmering beefs in the background, including MGK and Joe Budden. When Sway brought up Joe, Eminem didn't mince words, saying, "Me and Joe Budden, we're not friends like that. We didn't go to the same high school, but I'm out here flying around doing interviews, using my platform to promote Slaughterhouse, and you're using your platform to tear me down." Eminem made it clear that Kamikaze was his way of settling scores. He also revealed that Slaughterhouse had enough songs for a full album, Glass House, but the group couldn't even agree on a track list. The whole project collapsed before it could be released. For Eminem, it came down to miscommunication. He thought they'd regroup, record a few more tracks, and finish it. But after that, silence. By then, he was fully focused on Revival. He also addressed the backlash Slaughterhouse faced for their 2012 album, Welcome to Our House. Critics slammed it for being too polished, too clean, and far from the gritty sound fans expected. Eminem explained that he stayed mostly hands-off, only offering feedback when asked because he wanted them to shape their own vision. Then, out of nowhere, Joe Budden began questioning the money, asking who got paid and how much. That's when Eminem got heated, saying, "I don't know if I made a dime off Slaughterhouse. I don't care if I made nothing. I believed in them." That one line summed it up perfectly. In hip-hop, sometimes you need a mentor, sometimes you need a loyal rider, and sometimes you just need a savage verse to silence the noise. With Eminem and 50 Cent, you get all three. If you made it this far, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into hip-hop's most explosive moments.